Hello and welcome to Hixxy Studio. In today's video we are going to be looking at how to make this lovely little card using some of the Janine's Art Butterfly Touch 3D pushouts and also the butterfly square die from that set. Okay, so I'm going to push that one to the side and I'm just going to show you the 3D pushout collection from Janine's Art. So this is the one that I have used on the card that I've made, and I'm going to use another one of these to make the card in this demo. We've got this lovely one with the outside with the gorgeous little purple butterflies on over there. Then we have this one with the cactus and the birds, and then this one with presents and books. So there's quite a different set, and we have 3 on each. So in the set of 4, that will give you 12 different little decoupages. So I'm going to grab one rather than start a new one. I've got one that I've already started using. So I am going to show you how to put them together. Now, you can already see I've taken 2 out that go 1, 2, 3 and 4. Just note that this one goes from the bottom up, just I suppose from the way that they printed it. But they will always be numbered. So 1 is always your base layer, 2 is the next layer up, 3 and then 4. Now this is traditional decoupage paper. It's not card, it's decoupage paper. And the best way to get these out, these little pushouts out, is with the back of a mouse mat and a large ball tool. And literally, you just run it over. You can see it's already popping itself out. There will be inevitably, my really little scissors are there, some little tags where it just catches in, and if you just go round and snip, you can usually get those off. Okay, let's give that a little bit more of a go, because this has got quite an in and out. Don't ever sort of force it. Just see if it will tease off, and if it won't tease off, then get your scissors in. That one's come off, but I'm just gonna, don't like those little bits that you get sometimes, little bits where they've caught. So we'll go around here. There we go. And then we've got another little bit caught just there. I say caught, but obviously it needs to be held in some way, and those are little bits that are sort of holding on until the end. So I know it's upside down, but the image is the right way around, as you can see. So I'm going to go around. This will be layer 2, so that's layer 1. This will be layer 2, and there are 2 parts to it. There quite often are with these Janine Arts ones. This will be in layer 2. You have 2 little bits. These are macaroons or macarons. I don't know if there is even a difference, or whether it's just a difference in pronunciation. Not that keen on them myself, so don't really eat them. So, oh, and a little bit just there, and find a little bit there. On that's both of those are in layer 2. So now layer 3. Cool. Give it a good rub round. The butterflies pretty much come out. Just a little, just going to move it around so I'm coming at it from the right way. A little snip there. That's layer 3. And a little macaron caught just there. Oh, is it going to come? Yep, just there. And also, just on there. Okay, so that's layer 3. And then layer 4 is just this little butterfly at the top, and almost completely one little bit there. Okay, so missed a bit. Never mind. Okay, so this is our base layer, and as I said earlier, this is traditional decoupage paper. So it's really easy to mold into a bit of a 3D shape just with a bone folder. It really doesn't take much. You can see just a little bit of teasing, and you start to get some dimension onto your pieces. So this is, do you know what I've done? I just messed all the layers up. Let's see if I can work it out. So that'll be layer 3. I think that was layer 4. This is layer 2. Okay. Need to keep in order, really, not to worry. Be sorted. They are pretty obvious. Even when you do mix them up. I am actually going to go through and do all the shaping before I start, just to give it a little bit of dimension. 3D. The idea of decoupage is to 3D it anyway, but if you can give it a little bit of roundness, if you like, as well as height, it makes it even better. Right, so there's our bits shaped, and now I need to get my 3D glue gel, and we are going to, working, that's good. We are going to start adding our pieces. So layer 1 is always our base layer. And never shape the base layer because you want that to lay flat onto your piece of work. Now, with decoupage, you do kind of need to go right over just so that you can see from a vertical point of view if you are lining everything up okay. I just seem to be sliding everything all over the place. So that's this one. Getting a bit faffy there, not to worry. And this piece 1, that's the first part of layer 2. So this is the second part that was layer 2. Again, just coming over, making sure you're lining everything up as best you can. Seem to be making it today, just slip and slide all over the place. I'm making it look harder than it really is, to be quite honest with you. I'm making a little bit of a meal of it, as my mother would say. Oh, okay, so here we go. Over here, see, look, one on, knock another one across. Oh, yay. Feels like one of those days. Okay, so here's the other bit of layer 3. Bring that butterfly further forward in front of the yellow butterfly, which is why there's not another part of that in the layer. And then we want this one to be even further forward. That's the one that's closest to us. So we're going to put that little one there. Okay. Right. So because I've used 3D glue gel, and also because I've made quite a hash of it, really, I've done my best on that. We're going to put this to one side to dry, and I'm going to bring out the one I've already done that's already dry. No, that's not the one. I'm sorry, that's one from. No, this is the one I wanted. That's from a different set. This one, yay! Found it. The other one with the teacup from that same set. So this is the one on our card here. This is the one we've just done, and this is the third one from this set. So this is the one we're going to use on our card. So that's done, all dry. So you can squish it around. It's not going to move now. So we need to make the rest of the part of the card. So I've already cut and scored a piece of Centura Pearl Snow White Hint of Silver. Made it into a 5x5 base card. So that's done. We can put that to one side. So now what I need to do is I need to make these layers, and we're going to start with this one, which we're going to use Pixie Sparkles. Now on this one, I only used pale blush, and pale blush is really beautiful. It doesn't have many, so it doesn't have much pigment in it, and compared to some of the others, but that means it gives you this really lovely subtle effect. But we are going to combine that with the teal marine. So we're going to make that. Now, we don't need to make a huge piece. We only need enough for this side layer. So, over here. So I've got an A5 piece as opposed to a whole A4 piece. And there are a couple of ways to do this. You can either put the pixie sparkles on and then spray the water, or you can make it wet and then put the pixie sparkles on. I prefer to put the pixie sparkles on and then spray. So I know that this one is a lot more pigmented, the teal marine. So I'm going to put pale blush down as a base, and then I'm going to add some teal marine onto the top of it. Okay, so we're going to just tap the bottom. Now, I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera, you can see the darker specks. The darker specks are the pigment. I'm just going to get a little piece of scrap card just to show you how we're not going to use it, but I take this bit. It's a bit dirty, but if I was to bring out, I just immediately you can see there's more dark bits in this, and they're going to be the pigment. So this shows it's way more pigmented in there. So I am not going to add this until I have sprayed this with water to see what I've already got. I don't want to be putting too much of the teal in, so I'm just going to take a mister bottle and off we go. Oh, I'm going to move a few things before I do that. This is how I end up with everything covered in pixie sparkles. Here we go. There we go. So now we can see that gorgeous pink. Oh, look. I obviously dropped when I opened that bottle just now, obviously dropped a little bit of the and there when I was showing you on the other card. I've obviously already dropped little bits of the teal in. Now you can see I've made that really quite wet, and there's not a huge amount of pigment, and that's okay. But what we're going to do now, I'm going to add a little more. Not too much, because if I add more, I've got to add a load more water in order to activate it. So I don't want to add too much more of the blush. We'll go with that. Now, I'm going to start to drop little bits of the teal marine in, and you'll see immediately. There you go. You see immediately a little bit. I'm going to try to be restrained. I'm very bad at that with these, but you can see we're getting that lovely little mix of. And this is why I didn't want to put the blue on to begin with, because I wanted to see where the pale blush would come through vibrantly, and then where I could put the blue, the teal, sorry, to fill in. So, okay, we are in good repeated fashion going to put this one aside to dry naturally, and I have one. In fact, I have a whole A4 sheet one. I'm just going to with me a piece of wax paper and mop up a little bit. And I have one here, and I did a whole A4 sheet because I could. And you can see on this one, I did go a little bit heavier with the teal marine, but you can still see the lovely pale blush that comes through. So that we're going to use to make this layer here. But we also need now to create what we're going to use to make this layer and to cut the border with. Now, what I used on that one was fired brick distress oxide, and on this one I'm also going to use distress oxide. I'm going to use salvage patina. So I need two bits. One bit because I need this base square, and I think if I cut that, yeah, I've cut this one to 4.5 inch square, and that is actually the base. This one is the one that we're going to cut the butterfly square from. So literally just going to get my brush in, and I am just going to literally cover my card, and you can see how well this salvage patina matches that teal marine. Really, really lovely. This is one of the newer colours in the distress range, and I have to say it is already one of my favourites. I do like this this colour very much. So we're going to, that's the background one, so we're going to put that to one side. This is the one that we are going to use to cut. So I might not cover the whole of it. I might just make sure I've got enough. Although that said, I do need to cut a happy birthday as well, so I will cover the whole thing, and then I know I've got enough. Okay, so this, I'm doing this onto white stamping card, nothing else. The same with that. It was done onto white stamping card, and yeah, straightforward. Here we go. Right, so let's put that just to one side. Put that to one side because I am just going to get my water spray and just clean my work area. Just come on, let's go. Activate that ink and then mop it up. Mixes with that really vibrant blue. There we go. Gone. Right. So I am, bear with me, I need to reach you with my heat gun. I am just going to give these a blast with the heat gun before we die cut. This one. Nothing like watching paint dry, is there? And as ever, I can see already there's pixie sparkles all over this. Okay, right. So that one goes to one side. This is the one that we're going to die cut with. We are going to die cut the square. We don't need either of the butterflies for this, but what we do want is the happy birthday. And because this cuts out a frame, we can slot our happy birthday die into the middle there, and we can do it in one fell swoop then. And because I know this bit's coming out, I can put the tape on that with the ink bit still being slightly damp, which is a tendency sometimes for the low tack tape to take off the ink underneath. So we are going to go through our Gemini. Off we go. And while we're doing that, we will start to think about placing things. It was just a way because my plates are a little bit bowed, and as it's gone through, it's tried to bend it back up. You see, I need to rotate my plates a bit better. So here we go. So here we have our die cut, and we'll take that out. We don't need that. And that. And that. And okay, push those to the side. Take this out too. And where's my little, so that's the sentiment. Ooh, it's got a little bit of help at the end there. I think I've got that caught. There we go. And that's for our drop shadow. Put that last little bit out. Okay. Okay. I think I need to cut that out in white too, but I'm not gonna worry too much because it's gonna go on top of that. So we'll leave that. We'll just go with that one, I think. And we're going to get our square out. A lovely square frame here. More of a, there we go. Grab that little bit there and put it through. Okay. A little bit still in there. Let's just remove the back. Remove those. Oh, You see why that's not cut very well. It's because obviously not cleaned it from the last time I did it. It doesn't want to cut properly if you haven't taken all the bits out last time. No die is going to want to cut very well. So, okay. There we go. Right, so we now have our piece here. We're going to need to... Oh, moment of madness. Couldn't see what I'd done with my trimmer. I'm going to trim this sort of whitish edge off. Oops, that in the corner. Let's go that again. And then I am going to measure by eye a piece of mat that's going to fit there. Now it's not, as you can see, it's going to be offset, so it's not too much of an issue if it's not too much smaller. So you can see that we didn't really need a whole lot. Oh, actually, it's that bit we needed to do, but never mind. Down there. I know I'm not doing this possibly in the best place. That's what I do at home, just like dump everything on top of each other. I hope it works out. Right. I now cannot remember which bit's which. Is that the bit? No, I think it's going to be the bit. That's the bit. That's the bit we want. So we don't want that. We don't want that. Let's put that over there. Okay, so we are going to start to assemble our card. A little bit of glue. And going to offset that. I haven't done a very good job at screwing my card there, so in a minute I might just trim that. Let's see how I feel. Oh, which way should we go with that? A bit at the top. Yes, because I want some. Yeah, we'll go with that bit like that. Okay, and some glue. Glue this bit in. Okay. That, and then we need to get a bit of glue on the back of our frame. Okay, and block that off on there. On there. And frame, which way? Butterflies up the right way would help, wouldn't it? There's that. And we have, oh, happy birthday's wandered over there, so I'm going to put happy birthday in there. And I'm going to put our teacup there, so I'm going to put that like that, I think. Slightly offset, slightly different layout, but that's okay. There's my glue right in front of me. So glue on the back of my decoupage, which is going to go here. And then we're just going to glue this one on and find my, there's my tweezers. Hold it, turn it over, dab on some glue. Block that on a scrap piece there. And then we'll put that there, like that. Okay, so same process, different colourway, different bit of decoupage, but all the same kind of things. So lovely little way of using those little pop 3D push out decoupage pieces from Janine's art. Thank you for joining me.